Did you know that just a few gentle exercises could be the secret to pain-free living after 70? You wake up feeling stiff. You try to walk across the room and feel that familiar ache in your back or knees. You sit too long and your legs start to ache. You stand too long and your feet start to swell. At some point, it becomes not only uncomfortable, but also starts to take away your freedom. But what if I told you that there are 4 simple moves? Gentle enough for any age, they can help you move with less pain and more confidence. In this video, we'll look at 4 of the best exercises to relieve everyday aches and pains without complicated equipment or expensive therapy. These aren't complicated stretches or difficult exercises. They're safe, effective, and specially chosen for seniors who want to feel good again. Stick with me until the end because these 4 moves can make the difference between getting through the day and actually enjoying it. You don't have to live with pain as your new normal. Pain relief is possible, and sometimes just a little movement is all it takes. First, stretch your hips to relieve lower back pain. One of the most common complaints among older adults is lower back pain. It's a constant, dull ache that comes when you sit for too long, bend forward, or try to stand up straight after a break. But here's what many people don't realize. Often, the pain doesn't actually start in your back. It starts in your hips. More specifically, in your hip flexors, a group of muscles that, when tight, pull on your lower back and throw your posture off balance. The good news is, even a simple stretch or 2 a day can make a big difference. As we age, we tend to sit more at meals, in the car, or while watching TV. Sitting for long periods of time tightens the muscles in the front of your hips, especially if you don't regularly move to balance yourself. And when those muscles tighten, your pelvis tilts forward, putting pressure on your spine. It's like pulling a string from the front and wondering why your back hurts. The key isn't just to stretch your back. It's to loosen up the front so your back can breathe. This stretch can be done standing or with support. Imagine you're standing next to a sturdy chair or table. Step 1 foot back slightly, keeping your front knee bent and your back leg straight, and gently press your hips forward. You should feel a gentle pull at the top of your back leg and into your hip. That's the release of tension. Hold that stretch for about 20 to 30 seconds, then switch sides. No bouncing, no forcing, just gently pressing forward and breathing steadily. What's powerful about this stretch isn't just the relief you get in that moment. It's how it resets your posture throughout the day. When your hips are tight, you start to balance. You lean forward, you round your back, and that balance chain leads to tension throughout your body. But when your hips open, everything above them, your spine, your shoulders, even your breathing begins to naturally balance out. So if you're dealing with persistent lower back pain and you've tried all the massages and pillows to no avail, try turning your attention forward. Your hips may be carrying more tension than you think, and just a few inches of movement in the right direction can give you miles of freedom you never knew was possible. Second, the wall angel exercise for tight shoulders and neck. If you've ever felt like you were carrying the weight of the world in your shoulders, tense, hunched forward, and constantly aching, you're not alone. Many older adults suffer from stiffness in their upper backs, shoulders, and necks, often blaming poor posture or aging muscles. And while time does change the way our bodies move, much of that tension comes down to one thing: lack of proper movement. But the solution doesn't have to be complicated. In fact, it can start with a simple move called the wall angel. One of the most gentle and effective exercises to release tension in the shoulders and neck and restore upright posture. Think about how often you sit during the day. Now think about how you sit. Is your back straight? Are your shoulders relaxed? Most of us tend to hunch over with our heads forward, shoulders rounded, and chests drawn in. Over time, this posture strains the front of our bodies and weakens the muscles in our upper backs that hold us upright. That imbalance can lead to tension, headaches, neck pain, and a heavy, stiff feeling in our shoulders. Wall angels help reverse that. They reactivate the muscles responsible for posture, which often become numb from years of disuse, and gently open up our chests and shoulders without straining our necks or spines. Here's how to do it. Stand with your back against a wall, feet a few inches from the wall, and let your head, upper back, and hips touch the wall. Raise your arms like goalposts, elbows bent, the backs of your hands resting lightly on the wall. Then slowly slide your hands up and down against the wall in a controlled motion, as if you were making snow angels. Move slowly. Breathe gently. You don't have to force anything. Just let your body remember what it feels like to move the way it was designed to. At first, you may not be able to keep your arms pressed against the wall, and that's okay. The goal isn't perfection, it's awakening. As you continue, your range of motion will improve and the tightness between your shoulders will begin to ease. Not only does this relieve tension, it also retrains your brain to hold your body in a different way, so you're not constantly fighting gravity all day long. If you're still watching this video and found this information helpful, please comment number 2 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't already, I encourage you to subscribe and turn on the bell so you never miss a video. Your support helps us continue to create useful content to inform and inspire you. Now, let's move forward. Exercise number 3, seated knee extension for joint pain and circulation. If you've ever stood up after sitting for a while and felt a deep, slow ache in your knees, or if walking around the room feels more like a chore than an option, your knees may be silently begging for some movement. Not a vigorous movement, but a gentle, nourishing one. That's where seated knee extension comes in. This simple exercise, often overlooked because it seems basic, can bring great relief to stiff joints, poor circulation, and a heavy, dragging feeling in your legs. The remarkable thing about this move is that it's so easy to do. You don't need a gym. You don't even need to stand up. All you need is a sturdy chair and a few minutes of quiet concentration. The goal isn't to push your limits, but to keep your knees active, flexible, and supported, especially if arthritis or years of wear and tear make bending, climbing, or walking more difficult. Here's how to do it. Sit upright in a supportive chair with your feet flat on the ground and your knees bent at 90 degrees. Place your hands lightly on the sides of the chair or on your thighs for support. Slowly lift one leg up, extending it straight out in front of you until it's straight or as close to straight as you can get. Pause. Second, it promotes healthy blood flow to the lower body. When your legs stay still for too long, blood and fluid can become stretched, causing swelling, numbness, or even cramps. The seated leg extension exercise acts as a small pump, gently pushing blood circulation back into motion. I met a man named Harold, 75, who told me that he used to dread going to the grocery store because his knees would lock up midway. A physical therapist showed him this simple exercise. He started doing it every morning after breakfast and every night before bed. After a few weeks, not only did his knees feel better, his calves stopped cramping at night, and he even noticed a reduction in the swelling around his ankles. He didn't need to go to the gym or buy any special equipment. He simply invited his legs to move again, and they responded. What I like best about seated leg extensions is that they are responsive. You can do them on a kitchen chair, while watching TV, or even on the edge of your bed. And each time you do them, you're telling your body, I haven't given up on you. I'm still here. I'm still moving forward. Pain often convinces us to stand still. But standing still, when it becomes a habit, creates more pain. Just this simple act of gently lifting and lowering your foot can break that cycle. And over time, it can give you the strength, confidence, and freedom to walk, climb stairs, or move around your day without the constant pain holding you back. Fourth, work on swollen feet and legs. If you've ever had swollen feet, stiff ankles, or heavy, tired legs, especially after sitting or standing for long periods of time, you're not imagining it. Swelling in the feet and legs is extremely common after age 60. And while it may seem like just a nuisance, over time it can affect your balance, comfort, and even circulation. But there's a super simple exercise that can help, and it takes less than 2 minutes to do. It's called the ankle rotation exercise. The ankle roll is one of those moves that may seem like nothing special, but underneath it all, it's doing something incredibly important. It gently helps the veins return blood from your feet and legs back to your heart. You see, gravity pulls blood down, especially when we're sedentary. And as we age, the muscles in our lower legs, which normally help pump blood back up, become weaker or less active. That's when fluid starts to pull back, causing swelling, discomfort, and in some cases, more serious complications if left unattended. The great thing about the ankle roll is that it activates the ankle roll without putting pressure on the joints. Here's how to do it. Sit or lie down in a comfortable position with your legs straight or slightly bent. Start by flexing your feet, pulling your toes toward your shins. Then, point your toes forward as if you were pressing down on a gas pedal. That's one pump. Continue this gentle movement slowly and rhythmically for 20 to 30 repetitions on each leg. You can alternate legs or do both at the same time, depending on what feels most comfortable for you. This movement promotes circulation, reduces stiffness, and can even help prevent cramps, especially at night. Many people find that after just a few days of consistent ankle pumping, their shoes fit better, their feet feel lighter, and they experience less of a tingling sensation when standing up from sitting. Let me tell you about Joyce, 80, who has struggled with swollen ankles for years. She tried wearing compression stockings, reducing salt in her diet, and even propping her feet up on pillows. All of these helped a little, but the swelling always returned. Her doctors recommended that she incorporate ankle pumping several times a day. Once in the morning, once in the afternoon, and once before bed. After a week, she called it a miracle. Her swelling had gone down. Her slippers were no longer tight, and she felt more stable on her feet. Remarkably, Joyce didn't need gym classes, a trainer, or even to stand. She just did one small act of self-care, one simple movement repeated with intention, and her body responded. That's the magic of gentle functional movement. It doesn't require effort to wear you out. It requires persistence to recover. So if you find your feet feeling heavy or your ankles swollen at the end of the day, don't skip this little exercise. Ankle rotations may be small, but their impact is huge. Especially as we age, circulation becomes more than just a matter of comfort. It becomes a health priority. And signaling your feet to move, circulate, and release that pressure may be just what they've been waiting for. If you're still watching this video and found this information helpful, please comment number 4 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't already, I encourage you to subscribe and turn on the bell so you never miss a video. Your support helps us continue to create useful content that informs and inspires you. Now, let's move forward. A final thought. Pain has a way of creeping up slowly. It starts with a sharp pain in your back, a stiff knee, a tight shoulder. And before you know it, it shapes your entire day. What you do, where you go, how long you stand, or whether you feel safe walking across the room. But what if the path to feeling better didn't involve big changes, expensive equipment, or overwhelming routines? What if it was as simple as 4 small movements done consistently with kindness to your body? What we've talked about today, hip stretches, wall angels, seated knee extensions, and ankle curls, may seem small at first glance, but each movement is like a doorway. A door that opens up to the space in your body where tension already exists. A door that gives your joints, muscles, and circulatory system a chance to do their job, to support you, not against you. And the best part is, you don't have to be strong, flexible, or energetic. You just have to start. Whether you're in your 60s or even your 80s, your body has carried you a long way. It has done its job through years of hard work, care, movement, and stillness. It may be a little sore now, but it's still yours, still full of potential, still ready to support you in small but powerful ways. Every time you stretch, lift, or move with intention, you're sending your body a message. I'm still here, I still care. And that message is important, not just physically, but emotionally. Because when you take time to care for your body, you're also taking care of your self-confidence. You're showing yourself that even with the changes that come with age, you're not helpless. You're capable. And when you feel capable, life feels a little more open, a little more open, a little more full of possibilities. So as you go through your day, remember that movement is medicine. A few minutes of gentle, regular movement can bring more relief than you think. Start with just one of these exercises. Make it part of your routine, then try another. Before you know it, your body will trust you again. And you'll start trusting your body too. Thanks for joining us today. We'd love to hear from you. Leave a comment below and share one thing you learned today and how you plan to apply it to your life. Your thoughts are important to us, so please feel free to share them. Reading your comments